So today is a review of what we did yesterday. We're going to do a couple together, then the rest are going to be on your own. And this should be super duper easy. Nathan, I need your head up, please. This should be something that you guys can do without issue because we've already done congruency. Okay, so we're just going to look at our angles and we're going to look at them as far as whether they are corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, or vertical. So your reason, and all you're doing for the first 10 is identifying the angle. Just tell me, is it going to be corresponding? Is it alternate interior? Is it alternate exterior? Or is it vertical? Okay. And I'm going to do a one here, okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is how I'm going to number them. 5, 6, 7, 8. And this should probably be in your notebooks. Okay, I'm going to help you out here. So take your notebooks out and write this down. Okay, so copy this. And then I'm going to help you out by giving you some information, okay? So we're going to start with angle 1. This is angle 1. And we're going to say that angle 1 is congruent, it's an equal sign with a squiggly line on top, to what angles? Angle what? Can you tell me what? Angle 1 is congruent to what? What other angle would it measure exactly the same? Grant? Angle 5. And why? It is a corresponding angle. Same location. Top left, top left. So we're going to call that corresponding angles. But angle 1 is also congruent to another angle. What other angle can you think of? Anybody? Not 3. Why? Why 8? You're just saying numbers. Can you tell me why? Why? No. Look at your reasons, okay? They're going to be corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, or vertical. Okay? Those are your 4 possible reasons. Why would angle 1 be corresponding to angle 8? It is, but can you tell me why? Grant? Alternate exterior. It's on the other side of the transversal and it's on the outside of your parallel lines. So it would be alternate exterior. Okay? But angle 1 is still congruent to another angle. What other angle is angle 1 congruent to? Why do you say 4, Dominic? Don't give me a number unless you have a reason for it. So why would you say 4? Just because you're guessing angles? Because that's not going to do you any good. You have to understand the relationship. What I'm looking for here is for you to understand the relationship. Jasmine, do you want to try what other angle 1 would be congruent to? Angle 4. Why? Corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, or vertical? Which one? Vertical. Absolutely. Goes right across, so it is vertical. Yes, I just wrote it down. You should know. Okay, so we have angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. Angle 1 and angle 8 are alternate exterior. Angle 1 and angle 4 are vertical. Yes. What about angle 1 and angle 2? Angle 1 and 2 are alternate interior. They're inside the parallel lines. But what can you tell me about angle 1 and angle 2? What do they equal? If I add angle 1 plus angle 2, what are they going to equal? I told you that, guys, yesterday. What do they equal? If I add up angle 1 and angle 2, they create a straight line. What does that equal? Thank you, Kevin. 180 degrees. Okay, so I know if I know one side or the other, I can tell you what the other measures because I know that if I add them up, they equal 180 degrees. These are called supplementary. You should be writing all this down. Nathan, please sit up. Okay, so what about angle 2? Let's look at angle 2. What would angle 2 be congruent by? Based on these three up here, can you tell me what other angle 2 would be congruent to? Angle 2 would be congruent to which angles? So? Why? Perfect. I spelled it wrong up here. What other angle would angle 2 be congruent to? Noah? I'll get you next, Christian. Noah? Angle 2 would also be congruent to which other angle? Seven and 6? Give me one angle. Why? It's not vertical. Angle 2 is not vertical to angle 7. They go across? So they're alternate? Are they interior or exterior? Is it inside the parallel line, 2 and 7? Or are they outside the parallel lines? Noah. Outside. So that makes them alternate exterior angles. What about 6? Christian? Oops. Would it be congruent to angle 6? Why? Corresponding. Same location. Angle 2 is top right. Angle 6 is top right. So it's corresponding. If you have that written down in your notes, this should help you with the rest of this assignment. Do you need a minute to finish copying that down? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our worksheet. And look at number 1. Based on that information that you just wrote down, angle Y and angle X are congruent. For which reason? Angle Y and angle X are congruent. I'm telling you they are. What is the reason they're congruent? Are they corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, or vertical? Jasmine? That's correct. So all you have to do is identify the reason for their being congruent. So let's look at number 3. So, why are Y and X congruent? What do we call that? You have 4 choices. All you have to write down is that it is a vertical angle, and that's all you have to do for that front side. Okay, flip your paper over to the next page. We're looking at numbers 11 through 20. It's on the top, Noah. Okay, so on this side, it wants you to do two things. Find the measure and state your reason. So you're doing two things, okay? So I'm looking at angle here, and it tells me it's 76, but it wants to know what this angle measures. What can you tell me based on knowing congruency? What can you tell me the measurement of this angle is going to be? Jimena? Based on knowing that it's congruent, what would the measure be? That's if I was adding two sides together. Do you know what congruent means? So, who knows this answer? What is this angle going to measure? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Clarissa? It's going to measure 3? So, it's going to measure 360? 180. It's 76, Kevin. Thank you. Why is it 76, Kevin? Kevin? Why is it 76? Because they are vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent. So I found the measure, and I stated my reason for it being 76. Why do I know this is 76? Because it is a vertical angle. Okay, that's all you have to do. I'm telling you right now that they are all congruent. I'm giving you that big hint. You need to tell me why and what they measure. I'm sure there's questions. We're going to move on. This time we're going to solve for x, so you're going to have to know that thing about supplementary angles. Okay? So again, you have to identify the reason for their being congruent. Are these guys going to measure the same? Yes or no? Why not? Why are they not congruent? Tell me where they are. Inside or outside the parallel? So they're exterior. Are they across or opposite side of the transversal? So would you call them alternate exterior angles? So are they congruent? Yes. So that's going to tell me that 24x is equal to 120. Can I solve for x knowing that? Can I solve for x? What do I need to do? Divide both sides by what number? When I do that, I'm going to get x is equal to what? Thank you, Dominic. X is equal to 5. What is it asking me to do? Solve for x. So all I want to know is what x is equal to. For now. All right, we'll do one more. Let's look at 23. How would I write the equation? Let me zoom in. For 23. Are they equal or congruent angles? Are they congruent angles? They're alternate interior. Good, Kevin. Kevin's got this. So that means they're going to equal each other. So I can say, and it doesn't matter which one you put first, 19x plus 5 is going to be equal to 21x minus 5. Can I solve this equation then? Okay, so I'm going to do some adding and some dividing, right? I'm going to move first my variable. Which one's lighter, 19 or 21? 19. So I'm going to subtract 19 on this side and subtract 19 on this side. 19x. I'm going to end up with 5 is equal to, what is 21 minus 19x? 3x minus 5. What's my next move? I want to add 5, right? Because I want this 3x by itself. Eventually I want x by itself. So I need to move this negative x by adding 5, right? So now I have 10 is equal to 3x. By the way, guys, I don't know why I listened to you. This is a 2. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So x, again, is equal to 5. I just swapped sides at the end, but that's my answer. Okay? So first of all, I am telling you, big hint, all of these angles that we're working on are congruent. You need to tell me why, and on this for the first 2, and over here, you're going to tell me, you're going to do the math. You're going to solve for x. Any questions? Absolutely.